What up, world? I'm Steve, founder and CEO of CryptoCrewUniversity.com, home of the #1 crypto classes. If you want to take this complex world of crypto, make it super simple so that you have more success, this channel is for you. Hit that subscribe button right now, turn on that bell, and everybody hit that thumbs up button. Again, there's blood in the streets. There's panic. But more importantly, there's an important death cross happening and coming quickly for Bitcoin. Today, we're going to talk about what exactly you need to be ready for, the major things that you need to look out for in the charts so you can be prepared for this upcoming death cross that will impact all of crypto. Welcome in, everybody. Hope you're having a beautiful day. Happy Wednesday to you and your family and everybody around the world. 2 days in a row. As you know, we do videos every single Wednesday. We never miss it, rain or shine, whether everything is happening in the market or nothing. I'm a man of my word and we're always filming. However, we've done a few bonus videos during this time. This is an unprecedented time in the world. A lot of people, maybe including you, are on lockdown. And I want to be here to let you know that we're in this together. We're in this together. I'm here with you and we're in this together, and we're going to stay calm. We're going to stay level-headed, and we're going to look for the opportunities in the charts. In this channel, we take a real scientific approach to the charts, and really not any emotional opinions will be included in my videos, and no news, because the charts are like a book. And once you learn how to read, it will open a whole new world. Once you learn how to read these charts, you will see things way in advance from everybody else. And it will unlock a whole new world for you. And that's what we're focused on in this channel. So if you like what I just said, hit that subscribe button and join the movement. Now, we're going to be talking about this death cross that's coming. You can see it highlighted right here. Again, we had a golden cross. We told you to watch out for a fake out golden cross. And there was only one level, one price level we were watching week after week after week after week. We put it in every single video. 10.5K, 10.5K, 10.5K. Why? Because that was our previous high. Even though we had a golden cross, it didn't matter. The only thing that mattered was getting above 10.5K. That was it. Why? Because we had to have a trend reversal. We had been in a downtrend at the time for a couple hundred days, just taking the stairs down, lower high, lower high, lower high. 10.5K was our recent high. We battled down and we battled up through this entire period. The only level we were watching to reverse the trend was 10.5K, and we formed a double top. We got rejected by exactly the level that we had been watching the entire time, right? So we spiraled out of control, and this fractal, we have been really comparing this fractal to the past fake out, and watch as we unlock the secrets inside this chart. This is really fascinating. So we know that we formed a high in a double top. We know that we formed a golden cross after we had already formed our high. Our high, by the way, that formed a double top. Let's just pause for a second. I want you to take a mental snapshot of this. And now that you've taken it, we're going to take a look at 2015, to our 2015 fake out, right? Watch as we uncover this. 2015, we were spiraling out of control, right? And we formed our high here at about $314. You can see it here on January 24th, 2015. We came down and we had a golden cross. What this does is this gets a lot of excitement into the market. But again, golden crosses and death crosses are really great, but some of them are fake outs. That's why we look for the facts in the charts for trend reversals. Remind you, at this time, spiraling out of control for hundreds of days. We knew that we had to get above this price, and we got rejected by that exact price, forming a double top. What did that do? It reversed prices back down. We did not make a higher high, and we did not reverse the trend. So what did we do? We had a golden cross. Price formed a golden cross after price had already formed a high, and then we came back down. Does this look familiar? Let's take a little snapshot again. We had our high, we came, we formed a golden cross. We formed the golden cross after we had already gotten rejected from our double top. Prices got rejected, spiraled out of control, and we're in the midst of forming a very fast death cross, which again, that's what we did here. We formed a very fast death cross. So this is a fractal to really keep in mind. If you're new here, we've pointed this out for months. We've looked at this fake out and compared it to the upcoming golden cross and just said to be ready. History may repeat itself, which oftentimes in charts is what happens. Remind you, at the same time, we fell below that critical level in that weekly RSI, falling into bearish territory, the same as we did back in 2015. So we'll keep you up to date on this, but what I will say is, if this history does repeat, what does this mean? And again, in this video, we're going to give some specific prices for you to watch, but what I want you to know is two things about this upcoming death cross. A, if it plays out like this, what does it mean? Well, we had a golden cross. It formed into a quick death cross, which really played with the herd. The herd was really excited during this time, calling for the moon, and then the same people that were calling for the moon flipped and called for prices to go down to zero. And at the time, this was a legitimate thought, prices down to zero. At present day, this is not really a concern, prices down to zero. If you believe it's a concern, maybe you should study the charts a little bit more. Now, prices fell all the way down here. People got panicked. People were freaking out, calling for zero, but we formed a double bottom. We formed a double bottom. We had a reversal, and this is when our true golden cross emerged, and this is when the true bear market emerged for years to come. Are we going to repeat that history? The facts are going to be inside of the charts. Right now, it's just too early to tell. What I will tell you is we still have to reverse the trend. Right now, from our 14K top to present day, we're talking about a 267-day downtrend. For the past 267 days, we've been in a downtrend. There's no arguing that. That's the facts in the charts. Do I wish we weren't? Do I wish we were going to the moon? Of course. But the facts in the charts remain the same. We have not reversed the trend, and we're about to have a death cross. So again, we can repeat this pattern and hope for the best, but also we have to be level-headed in the fact that we're in uncharted territories, right? The whole world being in lockdown is a unique situation that in my lifetime I've never dealt with, which is why I'm doing more videos for you. I'm going above and beyond. I'm working around the clock to try to get you guys content that will keep you calm during this really hectic time. And I'm working around the clock to take care of my family, to take care of my company, to take care of my team, but also my students and also you. So it's a little bit crazy for me, but I really want to go above and beyond to show you that I'm here for you. And that's very important because this is a difficult time for you, and we're in this together. So this is a downtrend for 267 days. More importantly, if you scroll back, and what I want you to do is pull up a monthly chart. Pull up a monthly chart right now. Pause this video, pull up a monthly chart on the BLX or wherever you wish, and draw a trend line from the 20K down to here. So we've actually been in a downtrend since 20K. We've been continuing to step down the stairs, and we haven't reversed that trend. So we'll keep you up to date on both of these and how they play out, but expect the death cross to really play out in the next week to 2 weeks. It's inevitable at this point. What I want to remind you of in the short term is everybody's very fearful, and they've been fearful for about a week. When everybody is fearful, oftentimes this is giving you the biggest pressure that you want to sell. One of the biggest mistakes I've seen over the many years is people want to sell because they have this brilliant idea that they'll buy back when prices go down. Those people always get destroyed. Please don't let it be you. When everybody is very fearful, you should be salivating. These are opportunities historically that have proven very financially sound decisions to jump on. We can look at the charts again for the facts. Anytime that we've been below 10 on the fear and greed, it's been remarkable to have a buying opportunity at this time. Remind you, just the facts and the charts. And you can say, well, Steve, this is different with the coronavirus and the fear and the panic. There's always some scenario, albeit this one a little more extreme, there's always some scenario in markets. That's why you should only look at the facts and the charts. Only. Nobody knows how to interpret the coronavirus because we haven't had one before. So do you want to listen to the news, or do you want to look at just the facts and the charts? I know it's very difficult to do that, but I'm telling you out of many, many years of experience. I've been doing this for 19 years. I've already made all the mistakes in the book. As I was a silly 16-year-old kid that got into trading, I really thought I knew what I was doing. I made a lot of money pretty quickly, and I lost it all. So I've made all the mistakes in the book, and my mission in life is to help you not make those mistakes. That's why I develop the classes. That's why I do these videos. So take it for what it's worth. Anytime you see a lot of fear, it's a pretty good time, but it's a difficult time to pull the trigger because of the emotional tie to money that humans have. It's a very difficult time. Now, let's move on to this chart. We showed you this chart yesterday. I can't believe we did 2 videos in a row. We showed you this chart yesterday and we said, look, there's a critical cross that happened here, and we're hold critical support here. We also need to touch on this candle. So 3 things we're going to talk about in this chart. Number 1, the cross. What is it? It's the 21-week crossing below the 50-week. Now, if you see a cross happening, whether you're looking at the daily chart, weekly chart, monthly chart, no matter what direction are you looking? You're looking left. That's right. We always talk about looking left. Why? Because that will tell you the facts. So we see a cross and we say, significant? We look left and we find, have we had the 21 cross below the 50? If so, what happened after, and how many data points do we have? Here's one data point from July 2nd, 2018, 21 week crossing below the 50 week. What happened after? Well, it wasn't pretty. It wasn't pretty. Okay, one data point, not very important. Do we have another? We continue to look left. When we look left, we say, okay, that's the fake out. Before the fake out, we had the 21 week crossing the 50 week with a pretty big downfall. So we say, okay, 2 data points. Same exact situation where we were continuing in this massive downtrend, and this only sped up this downtrend into our bottom. But how far approximately did we fall? Just so we can get an idea. Well, this one was 67% after the cross. Then we say, okay, how about this one? How about this one? Because we had the cross here, what was the price? We'll take the average price of that weekly candle. We'll come right down and 50. So we have a data point that says 67 and a data point that says 50. Okay, so we go back to our chart here and we say, all right, let's think about this. And you may say, well, Steve, from this low, you're talking about going down between 50 and 67%. That'll put us way down way down below 2,000. But the point is, when we had this cross, we took the price from the point at the cross, not where we are today. So where was price when we had this cross? We had this cross right at about February 24th. We'll take the average price of that weekly candle, which was what the data points we drew from each of the previous. So far, we've had a 56% cross, which we're right about average. So average, whenever we've had this cross, we've already checked that box. We've had an average fall, albeit 2 data points. Okay, so we're not out of the norm. And remember, a few weeks back, we gave you the 21 weekly moving average. Anytime we broke it to the downside, on average, we fell between 30 and 50%. On average, 30 and 50%. And we gave that video to you a few weeks ago, and you can see where was the 21 week, and we fell right within our average. So when we broke the 21 week, we said it was very significant, and it turned out to be just the case. Now, let's talk about this candle. This candle still has 4 days and 8 hours remaining. You can see here in the red. So we're still in the midst of forming this candle, but I want you to pay attention. If on Sunday, pay close attention to this. If on Sunday, price is around 5,300, woo, that will be incredible. That would be very significant. Mark that on your calendars. Make this really clear. If we close this weekly candle anywhere up here around 5,003, why is it important? What is this forming? What is this forming? You guys remember the gravestone doji candle, which has a thin body at the bottom, long wick to the upside. This is the opposite. This is the opposite. This, if we form up here with a thin body at the top, long wick to the bottom, this is a trend reversal candle often found at the bottom of downtrends, saying that the trend is going to be reversed. This is a dragonfly doji. If we close up here, still 4 days and 8 hours remaining, but something I wanted to point out to you. Third thing we're talking about on this chart, right down here, where did we catch support? The 300 week. 300 week, we're catching support right down here to the T. So we've introduced a new, we talk about the 50-day, the 100-day, the 200-day, and now we've broken the 200-day and came down here, which, by the way, I want to do a separate video about the 200 week. I saw a lot of comments that say that we've never broken the 200 week before, but that's just not true. We've closed below it a few times, actually, and we'll talk about it in a future video, so make sure you subscribe and hit the bell. So what I want to say is, during this time, and especially we don't know what's going to happen, and with how YouTube treats these crypto channels, we never know what's going to happen. If YouTube shuts down our account, there's no way for me to get in touch with you. There's no way for me to still help you. And if you're not subscribed to our newsletter, that means you didn't get an email from me a couple days ago, just lending a helping hand and during this difficult time. So what I want you to do is subscribe to the newsletter. You go to the website, Crypto Korean University. Pause this video, look at this right now, scroll all the way to the bottom, and it's free. Put in your email address and hit subscribe, and that's it. That's it. So go subscribe to the email list right now in case, something crazy happens. There's no way for me to ever see you again. That would be pretty devastating. Now, as we reminded you yesterday, we are in the golden zone. Does this mean we can't go down anymore? No, that is not what the golden zone means. It's not for swing traders. It's not for day traders. It's not for people who are trying to make quick money for next week or next month. This is people that really believe in Bitcoin, that are in it for the long haul, 5 to 10 years. Historically, these are really great times to take a bite, to take a little bit more of a sizable portfolio. Again, especially when you see the fear pretty heavy. Now, price targets. We talked about this chart many times, and this is going to be the chart that we will revert back to because it takes a look at the really big picture. These are yearly candles, not weekly candles, not monthly candles. This represents the entire year of 2010, the entire year of 2011, so on and so forth. And they tell a distinct story. So we're going to take a look at what we said 4 months ago because it still is quite relevant. So we made this video November 27, 2019, monumental Bitcoin chart. Nobody is watching. Nobody watches the yearly candles. That's why we like to watch it. Two levels that will save us. There's two levels that will save us. Number one, 6.4K. If we can hold this over the next couple months, things are looking pretty good. The next level to watch, if we break 6.4, there's one level that will very likely go directly to, and that's the bodies of 2018 and 2019. The bodies on the downside tell a distinct story, and that's that 3005, 3007 area. If we break 6.4, it's very likely this is our next stop. If we break 3.5, 3.7, it's very likely we're going to fall all the way down to 1. Those are the levels in the big picture. And again, this chart is taking, we usually take 2 steps back. This chart is taking 6 steps back. It's a very important chart we talked about 4 months ago. Now, I know a lot of people in the comments have been talking about 1K, which is, it's what people do in a time of fear. And what I want you to do is stay level-headed. We talked about 1K 4 months ago when people really laughed at it. They really laughed at it. Now it's becoming a reality because, we talked about it. When you have major resistance for 1, 2, 3, 4 years in a row, and major support, this is the most critical level in all of Bitcoin. Oftentimes you'll see in charting, and I explain this from the sense of, if somebody showed me this chart, didn't tell me what it was, just showed me this formation of the candles, what would I say? I would say, okay, the major level is this one right here. Oftentimes what you'll see is major resistance becomes major support. You'll see a major breakout, and then over time, if you're patient, more than likely we fall back to this level. Historically, again, if I didn't know what this was, that would be my analysis, and I would also point out this level as a potential savior, which is where we touch down to a T. So pay close attention. I want you to draw this chart and save it and just watch it. If we break 3.5, 3.7, we're going here, plain and simple. If we hold 3.5, 3.7, that's phenomenal. Hopefully we can stay in this range for another 6 months or so and build up our market structure so that we have enough momentum to get above 14. Notice how I didn't say above 20. 20 is not nearly as important as 14. 14 is the level because of the bodies here, the bodies in monthly charts, 3-month chart, 6-month chart, everything says 14K is the level, not 20. So we're in this price channel. We want to hold it. If we break it, we're going down here, plain and simple. So that's what the markets are saying right now. Let me know your comments. What do you think is going to happen? Are we going to hold 3.5K, 3.7K, or are we going to 1K? Mind you, right now, these markets move in ebbs and flow. Right now, there's a lot of fear. So for us to fall, for example, today to 1K is not likely. But again, it looks like over time that may be an option. It sounded crazy 4 months ago. I think now you might be coming around to that idea. But again, stay level-headed during this time. Stay really focused on the charts during this time. I hope that you're safe with your loved ones. Now I want to do a quick Steve's Secrets to Success and give a couple ideas about my opinion about the state of the economy, the state of the world with the coronavirus. All right. So we'll go on to here. And again, this is our Twitter. You can feel free to follow at Crypto Crew U on the Twitter. And with the classes, you can email me info@Crypto Crew University. Again, I made every mistake in the book. I've been trading for 19 years, and my sole purpose in life is to help you not make all the mistakes I did. Because over the years and years and years, I've built a ridiculously strong strategy that's super simple. Whether you're 10 years old or 110, you'll be able to follow and achieve success. The trading was only for the rich people for my entire life, and I made it my life's mission to help people that weren't in that club to get in that club. Okay, so I want to give a perspective that I haven't really heard people talking about. With the coronavirus and the way that things are shaping up, there's a lot going on, and I want to talk about it from many different angles. Let me know in the comments if there's a specific angle you want to hear my opinion on. But I want to talk about something that people aren't really talking about, which is what I always love to talk about. With the coronavirus, and I can give you my perspective because I've done a lot of traveling. It was my goal. I made it my goal when I was like 23 that I wanted to travel the world and be my own boss and impact more lives. That was what I decided for myself at 23. Luckily, I've been to 65 countries since then, and I've gotten to see the world through a different lens. Now, the media portrays the world to be super dangerous. I'm talking about before Corona. And it's just not the case. There's amazing people all over the world. But the coronavirus, from this point forward, will change human behavior forever. We've deviated from the road we're on, and we're on a new road, which there's always waves with human behavior. And by the way, you need to understand human behavior if you're going to be successful in trading. Why? Because every single market move is solely based on human behavior. That's it. Why does price go up? Human behavior. Why does price go down? Human behavior. Why do we go back up? Human behavior. Why do we continue a downtrend? Human behavior. That's it. Plain and simple. So, human behavior, here's an interesting concept that I'm thinking about. We've lived in this world where everybody is just glued to the phones, and we're having less human interaction, and people are more standoffish, especially in major cities and major countries. And if you've traveled, you know this. If you go to a small town, small country, small village, incredibly different atmosphere. But after this virus, I believe people will be even more closed off, even more nervous to talk to a stranger, to get to know somebody that they don't know already. And I think that is going to have a negative impact on people's happiness. I think people are going to be more fearful of getting too close to somebody, especially in 1 year from now. You're going to be somewhere in public and somebody's going to sneeze, and you're going to have that moment of thinking, oh my God, maybe they have something. Where 1 year ago, you never thought that. If you were in public and somebody sneezed, you're like, oh, bless you. And I think that human interaction will change for the worse, in my opinion. Now, when you talk about it from an economic standpoint, I could talk for days about this. What I'm nervous about is the bailouts. There's going to be bailouts, and guess who's going to get them? The big companies, because that's who always gets the bailouts. But the little guy's not. The little mom and pop shop is going to be destroyed, unfortunately. And workers that are living paycheck to paycheck, that are on maybe minimum wage, or it doesn't even matter, minimum wage or not, living paycheck to paycheck on an hourly wage. There's layoffs all around the world. There's people not working now. There's no bailout for them. I hope there is. I hope I'm wrong. But generally, in situations like this, governments will help the really big companies, and they don't care about the little guys, which really bothers me. It really bothers me. Again, what I go back to before is why I do these videos and why I made the classes, to help people who have always been ignored, and they've always wanted to be professional traders, or not even professional, just successful, just have some success. And the world has made it very hard for people like that to have success in trading, and they've made it pretty easy for wealthy people to be successful. Unfortunately, there's a lot of insider trading. There's a lot of I don't want to get into it. There's a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes that you don't want to know about. It's very dirty. Now, I'm concerned about those people, and I hope I'm wrong. I hope that there's something done to help people through this time, and not just the big companies like the airlines, because there's going to be a lot of restaurants that are destroyed. There's going to be a lot of mom and pop shops that are destroyed, and that's also goes with the time. Technology has been destroying mom and pop shops for 15, 20 years, and they will continue to do that. And you have to evolve. If you have a business, or you work for a business, you better make it clear that they need to evolve during this time. Human behavior, human reaction, human interaction is going to change after this moment, and if you don't change, you're dead. I don't mean that in a sense like, oh my God, I'm going to die. In the sense of business, if you're not changing and adapting, you're dead. Plain and simple. And I don't mean to be harsh, but that's a fact. You can look at the history of mankind. We've always changed. Technology, the technology world we live in, is changing drastically. And if you're not, think about Kmart. Do you guys remember Kmart? Did they change? No. They got destroyed. Walmart was really late to the game. They're still alive now, but in 20 years from now, they're going to be dead, in my opinion. Amazon's going to destroy them. And if you think about investing during this time, look at who has adapted. Where are the attention? Where's the eyeballs going? Social media is going to blow up even bigger than it's been before. Why? Everybody's on lockdown. Everyone's going to be in front of the computer screens. Twitter, Instagram, you name it. Those platforms are going to do really well. Really well. Amazon's going to dominate even more than it has before. Everybody's going to be online shopping. They don't want to go out to the supermarket because somebody might sneeze close to them. You know, Amazon is going to dominate. Think about, where is the attention going? Where are the eyeballs going after this virus? And I think I'll leave you with one last idea I have is, even if we had a solve for the coronavirus today and everything stopped, everything, boom, went back to normal, it would take 1 year for many industries to recover, and some industries a lot longer. 1 year. This is going to have a long-term ripple effect for years to come with human behavior. Just pay attention to those things, and ask yourselves, where are the eyeballs going? Where is the attention going? Where is the money going? And follow the money. Follow the money. So that's what I'll leave you with. I hope you have a beautiful day. I hope you appreciated this video. We've been trying to do more videos, and just to let you know that I'm here for you during this difficult time, even though, you know, I'm not getting any sleep. I'm kind of working around the clock, but I hope you appreciate it. So I'll see you right back here next Wednesday. Peace and love to the crypto crew. Oh, if you haven't done so already, go subscribe to our newsletter right now and follow on Twitter. Also, share this video with one person. One person, share this video. Spread the love for our community. Peace and love. See you next Wednesday.